Hello to all my lovely viewers. Welcome to my channel, Lovely Day with Belle Tutorial and Travel. In this video, I'm going to share with you how to accomplish the teacher reflection form, objective number 9, prompt 1 and 2 for the highly proficient teacher. So if you are a master teacher, then this video is for you. I hope you consider subscribing my channel. Maraming salamat po. Okay, so let's continue with our discussion on teacher reflection form for master teacher 1 to 4, objective number 9, and this time we are now on prompt number 2. So hindi na natin babasahin yung directions at saka yung objectives kasi parehas na naman po sila doon sa prompt 1. So let's continue now with these two items for prompt number 2. Design a lesson plan for learners with disabilities based on your idea on how they may be addressed in your class. Your strategies for learners with disabilities must be highlighted and annotated in this form. Mention a specific exceptionality or learning disability, then attach your lesson plan here. Then number 2, present and discuss your lesson plan to your colleagues during a LAC session. Have your school head sign your lesson plan as proof. Okay, so let's continue na. Sasagutan na natin itong item number 1. So, dito kasi sabi dito, mention a specific exceptionality or learning disability. So, ito naman po yung sa akin. A learning difficulty, sometimes known as a learning disability, is a problem with the brain's ability to process information. Individuals with learning disabilities may not learn in the same way or at the same rate as their peers, and they may find particular parts of learning difficult, such as the acquisition of basic skills. Because learning disabilities cannot be healed, their consequences can affect an individual's performance throughout life, academically, at work, in relationships, and in daily life. So, intervention and support, which may be supplemented by counseling or other mental health care services, can help an individual with a learning difficulty to achieve success. So, one specific exceptionality, as mentioned dito, sabi nga, you have to mention a specific exceptionality or disability. Dito sa akin ay learning disability is dyscalculia. So, dyscalculia is a developmental disorder that involves difficulty conceptualizing and performing mathematics. Actually, bakit po mathematics? Because I'm teaching mathematics in grade 5 po. So, kaya ginamit ko po yung dyscalculia kasi po yan po ay ang aking nakitang pwedeng gamitin as learning disability in math. So, this condition may have an effect on one's ability to develop math skills, understand numbers, and learn math-based facts. It can be difficult for individuals with dyscalculia to comprehend math symbols, organize or memorize numbers, tell time, and count. It is important for teachers to identify these issues early so that students can receive the assistance they require before falling behind their peers. If these difficulties are not identified early in the student's education, they pose numerous challenges to student success and self-efficacy. So, ito po yung akin. So, dyscalculia po ito for the math learning disabilities. So, ito po yung some of the strategies to help students compensate for a mathematics disability. So, permit use of pocket calculators for computations. Suggest that students use graph paper to align math problems. Like ordinary notebook paper may also be turned sideways to produce columns. Encourage students to use color coding in order to visualize a problem better. For example, make a negative signs, exponents, and numbers carrying a different color. Make columns of numbers different colors. And then, if student has difficulty learning by watching, suggest that he or she writes down on an index card the steps that must be followed in solving a problem. If student is responsible for knowing steps or a formula for a test, he or she may then use these index cards as study tools. Provide sufficient opportunities to practice. Then, when lecturing, use concrete examples similar to students' experiences. Learning may also be improved if a concept is introduced first and numbers are added later, especially if the concept is explained in a way that students can relate to personally. So use as many visual aids as possible. Videotapes will allow students to have a complicated procedure repeated often enough to understand it. And then draw visual breaks like slashes, hyphens, etc. between each step. Then use 2-dimension or 3-dimensional objects that student can manipulate. So dito po nanggaling yung aking discussion, yung source ko po. Okay? At ito naman po yung lesson plan. Parts ng lesson plan lang nilagay ko dito. So kung ano po yung may strategy na ginamitan ko po about sa learning disability po nila, ito po yung aking annotation. So build retention by providing review within a day or two of the initial learning of difficult skills. So review for the retention. Then another one, use real life situation that make problems functional and applicable to everyday life. So yan po. So kinunik ko lang po yung aking problem to the real life situation. Okay. Then another one, ito po yung aking isa. One of the strategies po is challenge critical thinking about real problems with problem solving. Ayan, so real life situation pa rin. And then another one is the 2D and the 3D objects that students can manipulate. So gaya nito, ginamitan ko po siya ng Rubik's Cube. Then, another thing is share a video lesson that will allow students to have a complicated procedure repeated often enough to understand it. So, magpo-provide din po ako ng video clips on about my lesson. And then, using model. Isa din po yan to visualize math problems by using a model. Then, answering 4-step word problem. Yan. Then, also, a concrete example that connect math to real life. So, kaya nito, gagamit sila ng instrument to measure shoebox. So, to find the volume of a shoebox, so gagamit po sila ng ruler. Parang ganun. Okay? So, researchers have explored many alternatives and most of them include an instructional shift to accommodate for pupils with dyscalculia. Gary argues that the impact of quality teaching is huge as it can either cause or work against a mathematics learning difficulty. So Gary 2004, in that sense, quality teaching is informed by theory and should be multisensory and empowering for the pupil. There are different strategies for tackling dyscalculia, but most involve patience and calling on a different part of the brain like color coding, musical patterns, to assist with numbers. In the heart of helping pupils with dyscalculia, there should be an attempt to build up a sound mathematical understanding of numbers and their relationships, according to Bird 2017. Okay, furthermore, Mr. Bird encourages the use of concrete materials, manipulatives, practical problems, and visual models in order to provide the best support. So, ito rin po yung aking mga sources. Okay, so using these strategies in my class, I know this can help me to assist my students' learning disabilities or gaining a better understanding of my lesson. This can make my students' learning more enjoyable and useful, and this can also encourage them to take a more active role in their learning. These strategies also allow them to make meaningful connections between concepts learned in class and real-life situation. So, yan po. Yan lang po yung aking prompt number 2 of objective number 9. And then, sinuportahan ko po yan ng lesson plan. Inattach ko lang po dito yung buong lesson plan ko. Okay, so yan lang po. I hope you have learned something new today. Sana po na-appreciate po ninyo yung aking ginawa. Maraming salamat po. Have a lovely day, everyone!